It's Chopra.
Victory have now secured their spot in the finals up against the GE Tigers, so we will get to talk to the entire team of SK Telecom T1. Lots of players here in the interview zone. First up is Marin. Now you guys, went all the way through to set 5, and for you, Marin, it's your first time in a finals. How does that feel? Well, I mean, it's incredible to say, all right, I'm finally going to have my debut at a finals of champions. And, I think we've just been able to have a great journey here from the beginning of the season all the way through round 2 and to just make a grand entrance into the finals. And about Shai's Gnar pick in the middle of the series. Yeah, I wasn't too surprised. I was aware that he had been practicing it on his own during their schedules and during solo queue. And also, I've had so much experience playing against Gnar, so wasn't too concerned about that pick. And as for my matchup in the finals, Smeb, I mean, we're really good friends. We really are. We've been friends for such a while. So I just want to say, hey, Smeb, I hope you're ready. It's just a very friendly note there. And just a message to the fans and his teammates. And yeah, I mean, we came kind of a hard route here where we had to make the reverse all-killer, the reverse win here from 2 losses going to 3-2. So we're going to make sure that was worth it in the finals. Bengi, the superstar of the day, coming in to save the entire series for SKT. I mean, did you feel any extra pressure coming in, and how do you feel about getting the MVP award? Well, it feels a little awkward because I feel like it's been a while since I've gotten MVP. But I'm just really proud of my team as a whole. I really think we stepped it up when I was in that booth. And, I mean, what more can you say? We just played really well. And, yeah, and you guys were, like, smiling and stuff before that game. So what was going on there? Yeah, well, Coach Como was like you don't have an option. You don't have an option other than to win, and I don't know, I was feeling a little uncomfortable and whatnot. And so, we were just trying to laugh it off, and it wasn't that we were necessarily comfortable. Actually, it was really the reverse. And there's a community in Korea starting to call him Final Boss Bengi, shutting down the dreams of CJ Entus. And he's like, well, I guess I can try to keep up that reputation. He's completely out of it, not able to hear the questions here, but just his mindset for going to the finals. And he says, well, I really want to beat the G Tigers and earn our trip to America. Of course, the MSI happening in Florida, so now it's Faker's turn. A year and 4 months since he stood on a final stage here in Champions. Yeah, it's been so long. It feels a little surreal. Feels a little new, and Faker's stuttering here a little bit. But yeah, I just want to say that. Yeah, I really want to make it count because it's been so long. And it's not that the finals feel that new to me, but I think the adrenaline is still rushing through me, so I'm stuttering a little bit. I'm a little nervous here during the interview. And of course, Impact came to watch the games. Faker's trying to send a message. Give a little shout out to Impact, but Can't really gather his words here. Yeah, I think bottom line, it really did help to see our ex-teammates come, and just knowing that they're there cheering for us too. I think it mattered actually. And of course, the blind pick game. Faker, you picked LeBlanc. You got that solo kill. It's pretty straightforward from there. And the fans loved it. What are your thoughts on that? Well, I think LeBlanc and I were meant to be. I think it was fate. That's all I have to say about my LeBlanc pick.
Okay.
And yeah, I mean, you have so many fans here cheering for you guys, and they've been holding their breath for the whole series. So just give them a shout out. Yeah, once again, it's been so long since we were able to make it to the finals in Champions, and I'm so thankful for our fans who have been supporting us through that kind of drought coming in to the finals this season. So I really want to emphasize again, we're going to make sure it's worth it. We're going to make it count and give back to our fans like we used to. And Bang's highlight, of course, this series was his Lucian in that 60-minute game. 70 minutes, I believe, actually, by the end. Yeah, so as many of you may know, generally my role on the team is to always kind of be the backbone, the most stable player, the safest player. They rely on me to not make mistakes. But then game 3, just the adrenaline was pumping through, and I took a lot of big risks. I was playing very gutsy, but I'm really glad that it paid off. So I think it was kind of just a do or die time for me in that game 3. And yeah, after game 2, to be honest, I just felt defeated. I was like, all right, I'm done. Like, the series is over. We're down 0-2. But once the game started, I'm in the game. I'm going to have to play it anyway, so I just try to focus on the in-game factors and do my best there. And you were talking to your coaches a lot right after that game 3. Kind of what were you talking about? He's like, well, man, I was playing Lucian and just everyone was trying to target me and come after me, and my heart was pounding, and I was actually getting a migraine because I was so nervous during that game and my hands were shaking. So I was actually just asking my coaches for some water and just some help to calm down. It wasn't like a strategic discussion. I just needed some help.
I miss Mandu.
It's a SK Telecom reunion.
Yeah, just need Piglet here now.
And Bang. The fans are calling him the best AD carry in Ilsan, which is where their team house is. Which, I don't know, it doesn't really sound like a compliment when you'd rather be the best AD carry in Korea, but I guess you got to start somewhere. So, Bang says, well, yeah, I actually think I have a long way to go still. I don't think I'm necessarily the best. So I think there's still things I can work on to really be that kind of shining star in the AD carry role. Now let's talk to Wolf. Wolf sounds a little bit more energized and a little bit more relaxed. And he is #1 in the KDA rankings this season in the support role.
Nice.
Yeah, well, now, like, after the game ended, I was looking, I was like, all right, well, we have the finals left, and I'm the only one on my team that has, like, I'm in the top ranks of the KDA. So it kind of felt pretty good knowing that, I had that to brag about in the team. And both against CJ and GE, there's not really anyone that I would say that I or my team is the most afraid of. I mean, everyone on CJ plays pretty well, and of course GE too. I think they're pretty well rounded. So there's not really any one person that we're going to try to target or anything like that. And for me, well, I actually think I just played, you know, I was very calm the whole series. I like to think that I'm able to focus really well, that I don't get worked up. I'm not an emotional player. So even though the series was a roller coaster, it didn't really affect me too much. And just a shout out to the fans. Oh, that's cute. He says, you know, these days there's like a nasty cold going around. Maybe it's like the flu. I was actually suffering from the flu about 2 weeks ago. I'm just about recovering now. So I just want to let everyone know, you know, make sure you stay warm while the weather changes over to summer. And, you know, make sure you don't catch that cold.
Okay, thanks, Wolf.
And Tom. Aw, Tom.
Okay.
Well, I played so poorly today, so I'm actually just very sorry.
He made the series exciting.
Of course, Tom didn't have a great game in set number 1 and 2, but I mean he made a splash when he debuted during the regular season. So I'm sure once he goes back and he reviews, he's gonna be able to work towards a bigger goal.
Won a game on New Year, so he's got his legacy.
Tom saying, well, yeah, you know, I think for me, it just ended as a good experience today, and I'll just try to learn from it. I think that's all I can say, really, after my performance. And Easy Hoon, also his first time making it to the finals in Champions. I mean, he's been around the scene for so long, and yeah, and Easy Hoon also saying, well, for me too, we lost the games where I played, so I mean, I'm really glad we're in the finals, but kind of, you know, mixed emotions because I'm not sure what to think about the games I played in. But I will, you know, make sure that I, you know, practice my best and prepare, because it is a very precious finals for me. And for the picks and bans, I mean, there's a lot of talk about what's going to happen against the GE Tigers, and these days, I mean, the meta is so flexible. And for instance, in today's game, you know, I want everyone to know that everyone talks about the coaching staff's role in the picks and bans. And yes, they help us, but at the end of the day, it is the players who will have to do the practice themselves, who have to try those picks and bans and scrims. And we do have a say. You know, we have to say how comfortable we are and what we think of it, because we're the ones experiencing the game itself when we're in the booth. So, you know, for instance, even today, it's not just the coaches who ultimately made those decisions. It is the players who kind of step in and say, hey, this is how I felt about this pick. And so I think even in the finals, it's really going to depend on how the players also prepare individually going to the picks and bans.
All right, I blame Faker for Xerath then.
Yeah, totally Faker.
He only played Xerath because he wanted to play LeBlanc in the long run.
He just wanted to make it exciting. Yeah.
And I think I was just saying, man, I mean, we were losing 0-2, and you know, I wasn't able to play, so I was just so anxious for the team, but I'm so happy that we were able to win 3-2. I'm so proud of my teammates, and I'm just so glad that we're able to, you know, go on that final stage. And yeah, you know, I'm a little miffed that because I wanted to kind of debut as an MVP winner, like during one of our games in the regular season. But of course that wasn't able to happen. But I'm glad I'm still able to come here and talk with everyone as we are now going into the final. So that's, I'm really thankful for this opportunity. And you know, I think just given the track we've been on, I think we are making so many improvements. I think we're really on the right track. I think if we just continue on this road, that we're in really good shape to take the season. And I really want our team to win. And I want to give a shout out to our coaching staff, of course. They matter so much to us. I mean, as a whole, I think they're really people that we respect as a whole, and they're role models, so shout out to them. Well, that is it for the winners interview between SKT and CJ Entus today. SKT, of course, winning 3-2, moving on to the finals against GE Tigers. So stay tuned for that. But for now, I'm going to throw it back to Doa and Monte Cristo to wrap up today's match.
All right. Thank you, Chobra. As usual, excellent translating. And there we have it. SK Telecom headed to yet another finals. Their first, of course, since the big merger of all the teams out here, but really coming back and playing fantastically in the second half of the season, going undefeated in matches. Kind of a scary moment being down 0-2 today, but bringing it back and crushing in that final Game 5 blind pick.
Well, you have to wonder, too, if they're going to put in Tom or Easy Hoon in the finals as well, considering the scare they had today versus CJ.
Yeah, I kind of doubt it.
It's time for Spenu's shoes.
Yay, shake the box. So we've been having like special days for each lane, right? And so today is bot lane duo day, and I can't quite translate what's on the hat today, so deal with it. Shake the shoes. No, not your fist. Shake the shoe. Bang is confused. But hey, if I had to play the Lucian game he did, my mind would basically be fried for the rest of the night too.
What an insane performance on that Lucian.
Oh, kidding.
Talk about stepping up when your team really, really needs you.
Yeah, that was absolutely insane. Wolf is like, well, it's upside down, but that's okay.
New shoes for Wolf.
All right.
It's probably one of the few Wolves that wears shoes.
Yeah, I mean, most Wolves just don't wear clothes at all, really. Yeah. You know, unless they're trying to, like, deceive little girls into thinking they're their grandmothers. You know?
I see what Wolf's game is.
There we go.